La da 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 da. Whoopee! Well, we are live. Look, we've done it again. How many times do we start? How many times do we start by doing that? Let's go and get my phone. No, I can't use my phone. So we are going to go live. I hope everybody's happy. It's going to be an interesting one today, actually. I think it's certainly one that I found quite interesting myself. This hasn't been selected totally at random, let's just say that. So it hasn't been selected totally at random. There is a reason for this. Yeah, there is a reason for this one. Believe it or not. The reason being, look, I've been feeling a little bit down, a little energy a bit low. And I thought, you know, it's an interesting point is that, if I turn the sound down there, just make sure that you can hear me actually. Been feeling a little bit down. That's me. So yeah, I've been feeling a bit down, a bit low. Green around the gills, there we are. And yeah, I thought, you know, it's one of those things for people. Everybody looks at life a bit differently, don't they? And yeah, well, you see, this is where it is. See, I was looking at this the other day because I got a couple of readings from I've had probably about 3 different readings this week, and you know, I look at it and I think, you know, something occasionally, because I look at what's being read. I look at the cards, and of course I can see the cards being, yeah, that's a bit not quite what I would how I would read that, and I start thinking, would I actually would that be better that I knew this, Joy? Because if you're going to harm, like, it comes, a little bit of it comes back to the gypsy rule of you never give bad news unless they've asked for it. Now, obviously, if somebody doesn't ask for bad news, then I don't give them bad news because it comes back tenfold on me. That's the way of the gypsy curse, the gypsy rule. And I always thought, you know, I'm like I say, I'm a little bit down, a little bit low today. I've been low for a while. I've been low for for about a week now, and coming on here, asking Barry to come through, and I'm sure he'll pop in. He says I'm brushing my teeth, and he usually cheers me up with some stupid comment like that. And so yeah, it's a great pick me up to hear Barry in the background. It really is. But when things start to go pear shaped and in a reading, if they've not asked, if they've said, if they've not asked for bad news, or they categorically, as some of them do, said, I don't want bad news, I only want good news. That point I've got no problem with, because if I get to a point where, Joy, where I see somebody has bad news in there, I will openly say, look, you know, you don't want bad news. I can't quite read it, but I'm going to edge on the side of caution, because it's a bit mixed. It's either, you know, it may just be that the cards just haven't fallen right, or that I'm just not getting the message from Barry. Although you know darn well that you are, and you can see what the things mean. So I can bluff my way around it. That's not lying. That's just telling them that you're not going to read it. What I was thinking is, especially when like, if they ask for bad news, and you think, well, this is a mental health issue, for instance. Let's just say it's a mental health issue. do I want them to? Would I really want to harm their mental status if I know that they're frail already and I've got something coming up? I'd want to not quite lie, but push in a different idea and say, look, perhaps Barry's telling me this not to tell them, but to try and give them a little bit of encouragement to just be careful of something. Because, I mean, I don't know what you'd do, Joy, but if you saw something happening and something in the cards was, that person, you just know that the way that person said things when we started talking to them, like I know the people on here, and I know little bits about certain people. But I don't know a lot about them. But if I did know a little bit, like they're a little bit on the edge psychologically, would I really want to tell? No, there are things I probably wouldn't want to be straight. Better than straight up telling telling you a flat lie. Absolutely, it is. Yeah, using your better judgment is a better way than lying to somebody. Absolutely. And one of the things I was thinking about is, is there any point at which you would, if we assume it's somebody who can't read tarot, because I'm going to come to the ones who can, because I got about 3 or 4 readings over the last couple of days, probably over the last 5 or 6 days, and they've caused a problem for the reader. So I want to come to that as well. If you don't know them and you're trundling along, you're going through the reading and you're thinking, well, that's interesting, but unfortunately, I don't want to read this, or I don't think that's great for the person. At any point, if you think it's really bad, like we've just said there, Joy, about perhaps you can just twist it to use it as if Barry's giving me information in a different way, so that I'm doing this, but Barry's telling me not to say it, just to use it to try and there's a mental issue come in and they're already stretched. Just try and draw their attention to something that might need altering, changing, And I think that that is absolutely, Joy's right. It's a way that's probably the better way of doing it. However, to me, there's also that point where you might get to where you think, I can't actually use it for anything. I can't use it. And if they've asked for bad news, do I give them bad news? Do I give them bad, or do I just lie and say, look, that's not the death card, as in the unaliving of a person, or is it's just the stop of something finishing, and lie to this person? Because sometimes, and I'd love to know, especially people like Hershey, what would you do if you got some really, really bad vibes from the cards, and they've asked you for bad news, but you just look at it and think, this person can't take this. This person absolutely can't take it. You've been speaking to them beforehand, perhaps they're in front of you, for heaven's sake, and you're thinking, Hershey's doing a reading there, and she's put it down there. You're like, but do you see what I mean? I mean, Hershey said there, don't lie. Too many already do. What is there a point? I can see, and I have been in positions where, I was telling Joy before everyone came on, I've been in positions where I just know. I mean, especially especially the mentally on edge people, the ones that are really any more stress mentally, and it could send them over the top. And I've seen them, and I've looked at the cards and I've thought, this person can't take that. This person can't take, and I don't want to try and guide them around it. And you're saying like guide to you. The reason why I said that is because Michael's just a guide to the best ability. Authenticity is the key. Yeah, and and in a way he's right. But at some points, Michael, at least 1 or 2 points, well, probably 2 points, I've got to the point and I thought, I can't guide them around. I can't. I don't want to blatantly lie. I'm not going to blatantly lie. And I suppose I'm answering the question straight away. It is a bit of a clickbaiter to get people in, but it isn't in another way, because I've actually been there. And I've actually been there and thought, damn it, I can't tell them. I really cannot tell them. It's not for the good of the person. Steering them away from it is sometimes not possible. And you're thinking, I've got to. I either dull the situation down and make it. It might be a bit of a challenge when it's going to be more of a challenge than what you think. But that's sort of a lie, isn't it? Or I do what I tend to do is say, I really can't. I don't seem to be getting anything from it. Because this card can mean this or this one can mean this or this, and this one can mean this or that. And I try and give them the meanings of the cards, one of which they'll know, and just go, I just can't see which one. It's not, Barry's not telling me which one it is. And that tends to be what I do. If it's a case of, hell, do I lie? I will always say, no, you don't lie. But I was interested to see how many of you lot thought, that there could be a point where you might sort of sit and think, what's Joy just said there? I think that that you can use a negative read to boost them. Let them know what they can change to turn things round. Yeah, and I think that's why, and that's partially, I think that's partially, hello there, Paranormal Walks, and that's partially what I'm sort of talking about, because I'm on Streamlabs today. My StreamYard one is now full. I've used too many hours on it, because I use the free version, so another 10 days till I get another bout of hours on it, because obviously I don't get paid, so I can't. I'm not able to buy. I think it's about £9 a week for StreamYard. It's like, I'm not paying that. So we're gonna have to wait 10 days till I can do the multiple people streaming. Unless I find a way of doing it on here, because I can't. I'm on Streamlabs. I'm sure you can, but I can't. It's a little bit more difficult to use Streamlabs. So yeah, it's. What I was talking about, Paranormal Walks, was and Hershey as well. Is is there a point where you might get to it in a reading where you're thinking, and I think Joy's last comment is important there, where you might think, I don't want to tell them because it's gonna really mess them up. I tend to, if I can't give them a little bit of guidance to say, well, I think you should be doing, or say it in a way that says, I think you need to do this, or we might start things might start going, completely belly up. And what Joy said there was quite important. I think that you can use the negative read to boost them. I don't know whether you can boost them in that way, but yeah. Let them know what they can change and what they need to do to turn it around. The reason why I say that is that the other side, the Barrys of this world, they put the cards down. They know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're trying to do. Is they're trying to give it to you in a way that will be absolutely blatantly obvious to you and me. So this comes to one of the things that I was thinking. What a lot of the times Barry puts something really, really bad in, and I've looked at it and thought, it's odd because I think we're topping out. Let's just lower the sound a little bit. It's odd because I look at it and I think he wouldn't want me to say that. He wouldn't want me to tell them that's either really bad news or it's mildly opposite to what they really, certainly opposite to what they were wanting out of the read, and you think, or it doesn't make sense. It's a bit. He usually puts it in where it's quite steady meaning all the way through, and then there's three cards that mean completely different, and it carries on nice and gently afterwards with a little bit of a different tone. And it's like there's a tone up to the card, these three bad cards, and then after it suddenly turns good. And what he's doing is he's putting a pointer in, and quite often he'll put a pointer in. These bad cards aren't about this person; they're about somebody else. So the other thing that can happen is Barry can shove three cards in, and I've said it recently to a couple of people. I said at least twice in the last 3 months, where I said, look, there's some cards in it, but I don't think it's for you because Barry's using them as what I call a pointer. And I'll tell them outwardly that I'm sure it's a pointer. It's a very good way of getting away from it without telling a lie. It should be someone else. I'm quite certain it is someone else. But it doesn't hurt to just make sure that you're covering yourself as well. But I'm sure you'll be watching someone else who's just outside your group is going to come into some bad luck, and watch for some bad news from someone. And most of the time it is just someone else, someone that they're not quite in their inner circle. And and I did actually get feedback. One was so in the last 3 months that was actually quite good. So yeah, it can use it as pointers. So sometimes when you're using the cards and you're going through it, do be careful, because I don't like lying, absolutely. Who said it? There's far too many out there anyway. I think it was Hershey, wasn't it? There's far too many anyway. But you're right anyway. There are far too many people who lie out there. And basically, the problem with lying is that you will get caught out. Absolutely will get caught out. But telling the truth, you might also get caught out, because a lot of people don't realise that you have self-will. And I know Hershey believes in this one. Yeah, you have self-will, because I can tell you something. Oh, for heaven's sake, I can tell you something, and it's all the hay fever. I'll tell you, I'm just dreadful with this hay fever today, and it's Barry knows that that's the most likely place you're going to be going over the short term. That's great, but there are ways that you can change this around. I use the lottery win for one. Now, if I tell you you're going to win the lottery, and I've got a couple of people right so far, and I'm waiting for another one, and he's not been on here for quite a while, but a couple of other people have told him the same thing, and I told him there's some really good luck in your hand, isn't it? This year, 2025, and I thought, I tell them, I said, but if I tell you, I've told you, if you go out there and start trying even harder to win it, then you're not going to do what you would have done and won it. So you have to forget that I've told you, which of course is very difficult if you're telling them they're winning the lottery. So it's very, 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 very difficult. Our granddaughters have called Hershey. Never mind. So it's quite an interesting quite an interesting thing to be considering. I've got 3 dots there, but none actually come up. So what did she say? Hershey's going off. Have a nice time. Well, if you tell them something that isn't true, and they go after what they are going after, could do harm, could do more harm than good. Absolutely, you could actually make it even worse, because you told them something, and they go after they try and bend it. They're trying to alter the path, But there's two ways it could go, isn't there? It could go worse. It could go better. Yeah, you could miss it. You could improve it, but it could go absolutely belly up even more. So yeah, you're quite right, Joy. Telling them telling them something bad is so that they can try and do something about it. Yeah, great, but then everybody has free will, and you could be especially if you let people know that what they were going to do to this person is it would actually work. Then they may even try tenfold. Hey, I'm going to try even 10 times worse than that, and the brutality of it all suddenly becomes just too much for the person to really comprehend. And yeah, it's rather hear the truth, like my read the other day. I think I've just lost the. I'll go back on that. Rather tell the truth, like my read the other day. You did. After all, we know how that could have been. Yeah, and that's the problem, and I just, most of the time I'll just go out and I will tell the truth, and as long as it's not something really, really disastrously bad, and something really, really chronic, like chronic illness, possibility of unliving, then yeah, I would probably say it. Well, I would always say it's something that we have to look at and make sure we're saying the truth. Do I know Gladys? No. Mind you, like, I only know screen names, so if it's anybody on here, then do I know a Gladys? No, not at all. No Gladys. Michael, it's difficult, but it's not your part to lie. No, it's not, and that's what bugs me, Michael. That's what gets me. It's like it's exactly that part. It's like exactly what Michael said there. It's difficult, but it's not your part to lie. Your part is to just jumped up. Your part is to be the arm of truth. Absolutely, and it is. It's about trying to be honest and tell everybody that you should be completely upfront about it. And that's a book. Hershey's just put a book up. Let's have a read in a second. It's about being honest. It's about being appropriate, but actually telling them everything that the spirit world is actually trying to tell them. And that's why I say, look, sometimes you just got to watch for your spirit. Why is he putting it in there? He might not be putting it in there for you to read out. And I think that's one of the things I wanted to get across. Sometimes when it happens, the spirit world aren't wanting you to read it out. They're not wanting you to lie. They're just wanting you to say, look, this is a marker. They should know that this is around themselves and might be coming. Let's just have a little. I was going to say a little read at this, but it's quite a big one, Hershey. I was doing a read publicly online one day, and a monkey kept showing up, but it was like upside down, and then it showed up in the charms and a couple of places, and all I could say, are you dealing? Wow. Well, you're being honest. With someone with an addiction, either yourself or someone with you, love, I'm sorry, but someone has a monkey on their back. Ooh, right, okay. And this is what, look, I'll stop at that point quickly, because it's really important what Hershey's just said there. Like, you might think of a monkey being really, really happy. I actually got a monkey We were talking about monkeys, weren't we? That was it. We were talking about monkeys the other day, and everybody on here had a different idea about monkeys. Everybody. And Hershey's idea, that's how she reads it. So it's really important that as a card reader, you do what Hershey's doing there, which is her idea of what a monkey is actually being followed through by her guides. They're making sure that you know that the link is there, you see. So that's why that comes through. Okay, no. I have a ghost. Her name is Gladys. Oh, no. Not that I can remember. And she said, oh, that's John. She recognised her voice. That's John. She recognised your voice. Your voice, yeah. Her voice, thank you. Your voice. How do I speak like this? Your voice in the lab. And while I was talking to my grandkids, she kept interfering and telling you hi. I can't remember a Gladys. It must be quite far back. I mean, I remember Hilda. Hilda was brilliant. Lovely lady, Hilda. I definitely left it there. They emailed me and we talked about it privately. Yeah, and I think that's possibly the better way of doing it, isn't it? You mention it, you say something's there. You've not lied. The thing is, Hershey, it could have been a lot worse in the reading. And I don't know whether it was, but it could quite easily have been quite disastrous, the outcome, couldn't it? Especially when you're talking about drugs and things like that. You could quite easily be talking something worse. So that's at the whoosh. I've just got it's about 29 degrees here, which is very hot, and I've just got a rush of cold air, and I'm in the middle of the house with rooms on either side, so that's interesting. Michael, unapologetically true is the only fit in the context. Yeah, you've got to be true. I think unapologetically true is a little bit difficult because you always have to have the good of the person who's in front of you. Don't you, Barry? I'll keep you in here. What do you think? No, just say this first before I could bring Barry into it. You always have to have the good of the physical health of the person who you're reading for. In coming, who's sort of very important that they. I'm getting different words. There's somebody else is here now. That's really butting in. You have the good, you have the other. Stop it, go away. Whoever it is, just back off a little bit. You have to have the good, the health of the person you're reading for in your mind at all times, and you're trying to. I mean, the idea, after all, is we pull them through, we help them through what they're going through, and sometimes, we have to be really, really good about it. She said she definitely unapologetic. They knew I saw something in their real life. So the talk afterwards, obviously, you realise that it was something in there was resounding, and that's where I think we sort of stir away from that unapologetically true word. I'm afraid we're sort of like, we'd like to tell the truth, but we're not gonna be able to, because we know it's gonna. I mean, certainly Hershey's one there is absolutely. This is ideal for this chat, isn't it? You get somebody with that monkey on the back, and you're thinking, darn it. See it again in the future. What do I do? It's mentally going to drain them. They're already probably just getting out of this, and especially if they're in rehab, you really don't want to tell them that once you've got out of rehab, you're going to go back into the same old ways. You don't want to do that. What you've got to try and do is reverse what you're saying and almost tell them, they're telling you that they're telling me here that you really have to stick to your guns and stick to what you're doing. You're not lying, but you're certainly not telling the full truth. You're saying, well, this could happen if you don't stick to your guns. So when you come out, you got to stick to your guns. But that's just you telling what you know as being the truth, isn't it? So hello, Kathleen. So what do you think, Barry? Anyway, I was going to bring you in here. What do you think? Should we be unapologetically true, or should we just take a pinch of salt? He says sometimes you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Well, so as a guide. So yeah, it's not like sometimes I'm guiding you, and really it's a pinch of salt, just to show you, the way that you should be taking the conversation. So perhaps it is. It's probably her coming to say hi. Kathleen saying hello. Hershey, I think she was a nurse. I think actually Hilda was a nurse. I'm pretty sure Hilda was a nurse. I think she was a nurse at a hospital or institution. I think more likely an institution. Round here there's loads of old folks homes. And some kind of some kind, and she's still in her hospital gear, and it's old-fashioned nurse wear with a shirt and everything. Oof, dear. Yeah, I think Hilda was actually. I think Hilda was something like that. The wife would probably know that. Long story short, she had lost her brother that day to heroin, and you picked up on it, yeah. You see, you are talking about somebody losing someone, and it's a difficult thing, isn't it? I mean, if you'd have thought that was in the future, and you don't know the person lost their brother, and you're thinking someone very close to you is going to pop the clogs of an overdose, you're thinking this is something I'm certainly not going to tell you, because it's close and it's not a pointer and it's not something out of their little circle. And if they've if they've told you they want to know bad news, I think what Hershey did there is quite right. You have to gently ask the question. Has this been? Is this something that you know about? Is this something that has happened? And you're thinking, we can get away with it, and it's not lying. It's just trying to get the good of the person. And I've seen this before as well, Hershey, where people have stopped and said, "Look, I want to take these cards. I don't want to say these cards now. I want to talk about them afterwards." Because my guide, and it wasn't me. So my guide is telling me things that I want to just clarify first before I tell you. It might just be a marker. It might be something that's happened in the past. And I just need to clarify that. And that I can understand. Michael, they come to you for it, right? Some people, most people come. In fact, everybody comes to me. People don't. I don't go. I've only ever 3 times, I think, in the last 2 years. I've had Barry tell me we need to do a reading for that person, see if they want one, and then they said, look, there's somebody else here wants to want you to give them a message, but and perhaps a card or two. But they're saying all 3 times they said, but they'll not say yes because they don't believe in it. So moreover, after the 3rd one, I said to Barry, I'm not doing it. And a couple of times afterwards, after those 3, I got you need to. There's a message for that person. I'm not telling them because you're telling me they don't believe in it, and I know what I got the last 3 times from the people, and one of them was quite brutal. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing it, because you just get more upset, or they get more upset, or you get annoyed that they think you're interfering in their dinner, as one of them was, and so I do. I do now only have people come to me. Did you? Yeah, I have had one or two, well, two or three, where I've gone and been asked to give people messages and a card. Didn't quite work though. How we say food for thought if they're not resonating. Yes, yeah, exactly, with me now, because I don't want to tell them anything negative. Yeah, and that's what I mean about the coming back to it after, Kathleen. If you sort of like look at it and you think, well, actually, I'd like to discuss it after as a bit of a, yeah, like you said there, a bit of food for thought. Should we sort of err on the side of being cautious? Should we be a little bit more, okay, we can discuss this one after. I don't quite know what Barry's getting here. Might be you, might be a friend, might be in the past, could be in the future. Let's have a chat. Does it resonate with them? Spirit doesn't let us give negative. If they've asked for negative, they will give us negative. Barry will give me negative if they've asked for it. If they said, I want... Sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, Barry, you're right. So there's at least one person, I think he's on here, who's if you've got a cancer, if you've got a husband, son, daughter, mother with cancer, something bad is going to happen. If you go out there and say that if you go out there and say something's going to happen, and you sort of like, oh, I'm not gonna tell the truth here because it's bad. They've asked for bad. Barry's gonna give me bad news because he knows full well the person at the other side of the screen or the other side of the table is thinking about something and wanting to know when it's going to happen, because it's like with Lorraine. I did one the week before and I got it in the cards, and she asked me for bad news, but I didn't give her that. I don't want to frighten her to an early grave. Next week is probably the time, but do I tell her? No, I don't. I'm not. I'm going to say, look, not everything we say is right. It could happen any time. We know it can. It's going to happen at some point. We just don't know. We didn't know when. Yeah, I'm not going to tell her the bad news. But so if it's not the person you're talking to and it's a friend of them, I'm going to be sat back and thinking, well, perhaps I don't quite tell them everything. No, I'm going to tell them everything. I'm going to be truthful because Barry's giving me the bad news because they're wanting to know when it is. So sometimes he'll give me bad news when he knows it needs to be said. I love working with death and I love working with ghosts. I just can't always control when they're gonna come through as a trance medium. No, not as a trance medium. No, you can't. And you can try and block it out and stop it from happening, but it's not as easy for people like Hershey. My team tends to show a lot more when skeptics are. Yours as well. My Barry does as well. Barry does this. This is incredible. Hershey's just saying my team tends to show a lot more when skeptics are involved. They get very personal, knowing there's no way I could have known that information before the person just proved there is. That there is actually, and I'll that's absolutely spot on. Energy being shared through some unseen force that I can see and feel and hear, and they can't. Exactly. I did some cards on the front to raise money for brain tumour research, because that's what unalived my wife, and And let me just tell you the story. It's quite like what Hershey said there. Michael, it's obviously not a casual thing. And your human self feels bad because it's not the common. No, it's not. And you feel, you naturally think, darn it, I don't really want to be doing this. Hello, Worldwide Ghosts. Hi, join everyone. Friday is upon us once again. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? I have to go to work again in the morning. It's a dreadful day, Friday. Thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up. Oh, absolutely. Everybody hit the thumbs up. I'm going to hit my own thumbs up. There we are. Give me a thumbs up. Everybody else do the same. Please do like and subscribe. Don't do what those 6 people did on Wednesday. All of those 6 people on Wednesday that subscribed, unsubscribed straight afterwards. So yeah, so do like, so do subscribe. Everybody is subscribed, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Thank you for reminding me. I just woke up. Whoop! Somebody deleted. I can't do that. Hershey, here we go. I can't do that either way. Either they keep telling me there's an off switch, and I haven't found it. I did find it a mute button, but and there's never an off switch. Oh dear me. Yeah, I mean, I suppose a mute button is better than nothing. Please, feeling okay today, a bit more normal. Thank God for that. Everybody send some love and energy for Worldwide. He's obviously waiting a couple of bits of surgery, so good luck and love and light to our dear friend Worldwide. Yeah, so I was going to tell you, wasn't I, the being 30 again today. Oh, is it your birthday today? Oh, happy birthday, Worldwide. It is too warm again, absolutely. Michael, John is in a glass case of emotion at the moment, world. Yeah, absolutely. I am. I'm sort of up and down. I'm a little bit down. I've been down for about a week, and I tell you what, the card readings I've had have been exactly the same. And I've been looking at them, and this is one of the things I was going to say. Like, people look at. If I get a reading, I got 3 readings, and I could see on certain ones they're reading and they stop and they look at the card, and I'm thinking, you show me the card, I know what that means, and they try and read it a slightly different way, and you think, yeah, it's just a little bit, just a little bit odd. You're thinking, I know what that means. You're not reading it as it says, they're just trying to soften the blow a little bit, and I'm there thinking, it's not my birthday. Oh, right, I'm 30 again. Oh, I mean 30 degrees. Oh, God. Yeah, I know, it's 30. Yeah, 30. It's just under 30 degrees in Portsmouth. I thought it was your birthday then. I think, my God, it's your birthday. Well, that's me shut up, isn't it? Happy birthday anyway. Yeah, why not? You can take it anyway, but anyway, Worldwide. So yeah, I was doing some readings outside, and it goes back to what? Oh, Tribe Called Duff's up there. I don't miss Tribe Called Duff. When you have a spare moment, check out a comedian called Limmy, the medium sketches. Oh God, I don't know. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? I'll have to go back and pull that one off. And another birthday. Dear, I wish it was 30 again. Yeah. Look, I was reading 2 people, right, next door neighbours ish, just a little bit further down, and she is the wife is a staunch believer. The husband is a sort of just a skeptic, wants to believe but is a bit of a skeptic, and she says, oh yeah, I'll have a reading, and so okay, I started thinking about things and looking. I'm not with you. And Barry had gone immediately to the bloke, right? So he's immediately gone to the one Hershey, just like Hershey said, he's immediately gone to the person I was reading, wasn't the one that had asked for the reading. So I asked to go, I said, look, there's someone with you, and I need to give the reading to you. And it's okay, fine, I'll have one. Obviously, you've got to ask them. You can't just read for them without them saying yes. So we asked them, are you okay with it? And he said yes. So long and the short of it, Hershey, when I finished that reading, his face was dropping. I says, look, the person who's here is a really, is telling me this, he must have passed away really, really young, and I mean really young, like baby type young. He's now grown up, and he's chosen an age to come across, and I can't remember what age he was chosen, but it was sort of middle-aged. It was coming across middle-aged because he tried to grow up and show what he would have looked like had he developed. And I said, no, he went really young, and this guy said just what Hershey said earlier on. Said to me, "Oh my God," he said, how the hell did you know that? He says, there's nobody at all anywhere in this world that knows that. Nobody. Everybody's unalived. There's only him that knows it. I had a younger brother. I had a younger brother who unalived when he was born, and he says, look, I'm gonna he looked at his wife and he says, I'm gonna have to tell the wife about this person now, because not even the wife knew about this younger brother. He says, and you're telling me he's around, I can't believe you're saying that, because there's no way on earth, John, you would have known that. No way on earth. The wife didn't even know. So how the hell did you know it? Because unless you're trolling me, unless you're trolling me or something, I'm stunned as to how you found it out. And he's trying to work out how I could have found it out, and he said, I can't debunk it, because you basically, he didn't use the word debunk, but that's what he was saying. I can't find out how he would have done it, but there isn't a way, because I'd not even told the wife, and that's what she was saying, Hershey, then, and I'm thinking, absolutely true. People do tend to be a bit spirits tend to be a bit more pushy towards the skeptic. Worldwide, the skeptics are okay, just not the professional one. Yeah, not the professional ones that think everything's fake. Yeah, worldwide, I saw that Burke with the mask. He did a live stream the other day and tried to pop. Well, yeah, no, he wasn't. It was sort of saying that he agreed with all the rubbish all this stuff that have been arguments that have been banding around between him and certain fake fakers and Beardo. And he was saying, look, it's not Beardo's fault. If he'd have got that from whatever his name was, I'd have probably done the same. Beardo was right to start swearing and effing and blinding at him. Well, no, not quite. But yeah, and he can't even be bothered to not wear a mask. You think no, he can't eat. But he's not just a skeptic, is he? He's an absolute out and out disbeliever. And that bloody mask, I can't do it. I know it's insane, isn't it? Meet in your pages chat and subbed up then. So it's crikey. Sir Pomp, Oggy. Oh no, Pomp, what have you done, Sir Pomp? I guess that is Pomp, isn't it? Yeah, Pomp's gone to Sir Pomp. Oh dear. Oggy. Oh dear, Sir Pomp. Dear. What do we do with Sir Pomp? Eh? My chat seems to be. It's okay on everything else, and just not on the screen. Yeah, skeptics are okay, just not the professional ones. Yeah, group readings are not easy sometimes. Yeah, group readings. I've had group readings where they've sort of Barry's put them down. They put the next lot down. You've thought, actually, there's similar readings to each other, because the two I'm thinking of came in together. So it was really, really difficult, because trying to part the two readings, the only thing that really stood out in both of them was they both knew a local lottery winner. And that Saturday, just 4 days later, our village had a local lottery winner, and I was walking along the high street in the village, and somebody slapped their hand on my shoulder. I nearly had an heart attack, and it was one of the women. She said, we know the local lottery winner. I said, what? The local lottery winner? Yesterday there was a local lottery winner, and yeah, we know him. Yeah, not well enough to get any money from him, but we do actually know the guy, both of us. So doing group readings can be it can be really nightmarish, because the energies seem to get mixed a little bit for me. I would love it, Kathleen, I would love it if my son would talk to you and Barry. Not had much of him. That one time, and that was it. And I've not had anything since. Not at all. It's seemed to come through that one time. It's a bit like Lorraine when she passed away. She came for the first couple of months, and then I didn't have anything for a good 12 months, Kathleen. It really was a good 12 months. Good day, John. I'm here from Page's channel. Thank you very much. Welcome in. Lots of people. I've been getting people from certain other channels, and it's been really nice. Love and light to everybody. It's always nice to see new people in. And it's always nice when people don't come in for a reading and then bugger off and unsubscribe. I say 6 people did that on Wednesday, which really does frustrate the hell out of me. But everyone say hello to He-Man. We've got Sir Pomp in now, because he's put Sir in front of his name. So Sir Pomp is the... Fearless has just put something out. What's Fearless putting out? Fearless has just put something out onto the internet. See, that's another one. You see, I get people coming in, and they sort of get readings, and you sort of get this idea that they've not fully. I think we had one called Techie, and she's still a mod, I think, but I think she's unsubscribed, and it's like, so you didn't believe it's. Given you cards, and the thing is, some people don't believe that that you have free will, so you can change things. So if they haven't come true, there are people, some very, quite what I thought were quite friendly, who suddenly unsubscribe and don't come back again because that didn't come true, did it? And they think, well, yeah, you have free will. You can't blame Barry for that one. Can we, Barry? Don't turn your back on me. He's getting upset again, you see. Now we've been talking and we've not been bringing Barry. So everybody give Barry a quick wave. He says, I'll kill you. No, you wouldn't. Sir Pomp. The only circumstances ghosts are dire. Dear. Yeah. Dear. Sir Pomp, I'm going to ban you in a minute. I'll press the little ban button. You've got to see a ghost going like this across the front. Good to see you. Yeah, absolutely. True. We've got Victor in as well. Victor's obviously one of our favourite guys. Anybody, I mean, everybody's. I think everybody's already in with Victor. We might have one or two that aren't. If you're not, then please do sign up to Victor. I think it's at One Truth Wave, isn't it? I think something like that. Worldwide Ghosts, yeah. You can go to Worldwide Ghosts as well. If you want to put up your YouTube link, the @ and your name, then please do. Anybody, I'm not one for stopping that. There we are, Truth Wave. Everybody loves Truth Wave. Everybody loves Victor. Side-Eye Guy. There we are, Worldwide. We were talking about Side-Eye Guy earlier on, and he can't even be bothered to. I mean, he's actually done a video with in conjunction with a faker, a really world-renowned faker, and then he's got Seg. And yeah, I can't be doing. Sorry, Pomp. I can't be doing with someone who can't be asked to show his face on camera. Because he's one of these that right at the top of debunking. Where he's not a debunker. He's an out and out disbeliever, and he will always think that something is always something else, and it doesn't matter what proof we can put in front of him. It's always going to be false. I mean, I got that EVP at the hotel, and I can guarantee if he saw that, it's a door. There's a door somewhere squeaking. That's all it is. It sounds like a squeak. It's going to be a door. There's only us two. You can see us. You can see her, and I know I was standing still. Well, you were probably just standing next on a floorboard that moved the door. It would always be that something was wrong, he might be a good person, Sir Pomp, but he's not. He's not for me. I'm not. I can't go with people who can't show their face and are total out and out haters of. I mean, I mean, Barry said hater then, and it's like strange because it's almost like I was going to say non-disbeliever, and Barry just said hater. Hey, take it from the other. Barry's looking at him and thinking he's a hater of paranormal, and I'd probably agree with him. He doesn't. He's not going to agree with anything paranormal, and that going off and being working with fakers. That doesn't sit well. That really doesn't sit well to me. And I don't always agree with Beardo, but on this count, I do. I think that he's overstepped the mark by working with fakers. Oh, Barry, I said hello to you back in the chat. Yeah, I mean, he has actually stayed around. He has actually stayed around. He's like. He turned his back once and hang on a minute, nobody's talking to me. But they are, aren't they, Barry? Look, we all get on, Sir Pomp. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Seg. The only issue I've got, Pomp, with Seg is the main one is that. Anything you tell him will be something else. Absolutely will be something else. Even if it's absolutely insane what he says, he'll believe quite honestly that it wasn't a spirit. It was moving that lampshade. It was a gust of wind. Even if the wind has to be 60 mile an hour to make it move, it's still going to be wind. That's my issue because it will physically always be something else. We got to there. I keep having to quickly reset the chat. My chat on the desktop is not doing quite well. There we are, Barry. Kathleen gives you a wave. There we are, and she gives another wave. There we are. Well, Truth Wave gets a wave. So anybody, if you want to go to Victor's channel, Truth Wave, please do. Please go and see Worldwide's channel. Everybody's saying hello. We'll leave Pomp to enjoy him. We will. Look, everybody enjoys different types of channel. Everybody enjoys different blend and mix of channel. And I know that we've got so many different blends of people on here. Absolutely ridiculous blend. But it really is quite difficult to sort of, you're never gonna look. We're never gonna get everybody agreeing with everybody all the time. That's why I say, if you want to come on, I mean, I said about this one, Victor, before we came on. You're like, I think it was in the description. Look, there's going to be different thoughts on this one. There's going to be people who absolutely staunchly believe everything should be said quite as it is in the cards. And there's going to be people who say you can't even bend the truth. And then there's going to be people who say, "Well, no, if it's mentally, if it's something like a mental illness, you really don't." Or like Hershey said, drugs and that. You really don't want to be putting them out of sorts when they're coming out of rehab. So, and I said, as long as the community stays nice and happy and respects other people's decisions, which is what we're going to do here. Absolutely. That's what the thing's about, and it's about trying to be just nice with everybody. Hello from Washington with Caroline. Welcome in. Respect. Sir Pomp, you're wrong, John. Sorry. Now, I'm just going to respectfully disagree with you, because it will always be zero. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen him say that was a ghost. Have you ever seen him say that was a ghost, or that could have been a spirit? I've never heard him say that once. And there's only two people I know as bad as that, and he's one of them. Yeah, nothing is nothing is good enough for a professional debunker. Yeah, I think professional debunkers, that's really strange. What you've got is, if you think of it from the top of this screen down to the bottom, what you've got is a really big range, and you've got the people like Side Eye Guy at the top, who are absolutely staunchly everything will be put down to something I'd say they're closed-minded at the top, because what they're doing is they're just saying, no, it's not, they don't exist. I'd love for them to, most of them would say I'd love for them to exist, but they're not ever going to admit to it, because everything can be put down to something else. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. But down at the bottom, you've got people like me who think a lot of the time there's good, that there are good, honest things that we could put that down to. And absolutely, we could, we look at things like sugar. It really was something else, like the plate in the dropping of a plate in the Crystal Ballroom. I know from camera 2 that was a dropping of a plate. And this is what I would say to you, Pomp. If I gave that video of the Crystal Ballroom to Seg, he would immediately say, "Well, it's obviously a plate dropping. You know it is, because you've said it about the camera number 1. Camera number 1, quite honestly, closer. You've said it is a plate dropping kerlunk, so it is. That's what it is. But if you hear the second video, the second film, that's the one that's on the Crystal Ballroom, and it sounds like unalive. And I just said, do you know you're unalive? Now, to me, that's just weird. I think we're gonna have to have a spatula at some point. So, because I'm not going to be arguing over it, so I think the spatula has to come out. we have to be respectful of everybody in here, and I think that we're not. We're sort of drifting off, Caroline. So the spatula is certainly something that. And I never thought I'd do that, but anyway, Caroline, I've got to just re-spread that one again. Yeah. I've actually unsubscribed from Kenny Biddle, because for me he's quite close to that top level. He's sort of like up here. He's more of a perhaps we can find something, but he's not quite. So he's not quite at the top, but he's certainly fire away. Welp. Sensible to avoid disaster. I have a wonderful day, sir. Enjoy every moment. Ooh. Shall I go before I say something I can't unsay? That's a yeah, maybe. Hershey. I have a wonderful day. Right, yeah, okay. I'm getting, I think, to the bottom of this list. Am I on it? Yeah, I'm near the bottom. Oh, thank God for that. So it's what we started. I enjoyed Hershey's going through what she was saying. She felt that, because I think one of the things that she said there was about. The way spirits seem to push towards the people who are not believers, because there's loads of people who are. There's a big range, isn't there? There's people who are just on the edge of not believing. They can't. They haven't got quite. They not quite. They're not quite in a position to say that it's real, but also they're not quite in a position to say, well, it's not real. And then you've got the people right at the other end who are staunchly non-believers. And I think that for me, Barry and a lot of the other people. Seem to be of a persuasion that sort of sit and think, well, actually, no, but I can. So, bye-bye. It's John Camden. I didn't realise that one, Caroline. That's annoying. Hang on. You put Caroline. You put that troll into timeout, didn't you? You put that troll in timeout. So how did you do that? Because they did go. The first time that troll went, because Caroline actually did it. It's there's a sort of big section of non-believers, of which I would put Seg right at the far end of a disbeliever extraordinaire, and Barry seems to pop in and try and prove in a way that is just like Hershey said earlier. Proof is what's Hershey saying there? Proof is in the state of mind. Black and white is black and white. And that story I gave you, Hershey, of the guy my neighbour on the front. Absolutely nobody on earth knew he had a brother who had deceased at birth, just after birth. So came out, got named, and deceased. And he said, nobody on earth knows about that because it never came out of the hospital. And he says, well, how on earth did you know that? Because it just doesn't make it doesn't make any sense. And Hershey, you were quite right. I love the fact that that's what they do. I absolutely love it, and I don't know what Hershey thinks, but I actually love it. I think that that it just brings along that idea that that they're actually working to try and prove that they do exist. And hey, we can actually see that. Yeah, we can actually see that that is what's happening. So I think it's really important that the spirits work like that and give us that push towards, there are other people. There are people out here that can't, that don't believe, can't believe, and they go straight to them. I can't seem to boot. Oh, look. How sad. Anger is gateway for shadow. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't like that's the problem, Michael. I know me and Pomp sort of do get on most of the time. Sometimes, okay, it can be a bit of a yeah, I mean, Michael says at the bottom there, Pomp may not be trolling per se, it might just be, it's just his ego. It can be a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes. And some of his comments can be a little bit sexist occasionally. But it is okay. It is, on the whole, is okay. It can rub people up the wrong way, and I just can't stand a certain person, and he seems to like him, and I'm not gonna, and I'm like worldwide. There's no way on God's earth I'm going to say that's not going to be disproved. The guy can't even. The guy we're talking about comes on live regular and on his videos, and he always wears a mask over his face. Absolutely not. If you're not going to take responsibility for your actions and show your face, then I don't see why you're in here in this business. Anyway, I did the troll. Wasn't a mod. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you mean. Right. I thought you meant only mods could do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a good point. Now, that means that all these channels that keep making everybody into mods, like I think, there's a couple that are on here, and all the people who go in, including me, some are mods, and you think, well, hang on a minute, that means there's only her that can kick us out, because none of the other mods can do anything about the other mods. Jamming up to Limp Biscuit, making the scavenger hunt list. Ooh, scavenger hunt! I like scavenger hunts, and working my best. When we were kids, when I had when my two girls were kids, and whenever there was a birthday, Christmas, or I'd just bought them something, and I'd do a scavenger hunt. And they had to go around the different places to find different clues and different things, and we had I think I got a DS for them to share, and they'd been we weren't very rich at that point. We never really were for quite a while, and I remember them going through the clues and hunting for things. And then they got to the one before the one that took them to the DS, and the eldest daughter suddenly realised what we'd got them, and her face just went ding, like, shit, it's a DS. Like, and my the youngest went, what? They've got us a DS. They've got us a DS. And I went, where is it? Where is it? Like, well, you've got to find the clues, haven't you? And he was like, oh, wow, And I love scavenger hunts. The scavenger hunts for me are absolutely, they're just brilliant, aren't they? Oh, I love Limp Bizkit. Oh, is that a Limp Bizkit like that? Oh, dear. Um, yeah, we getting a bit defensive. Yeah, I think we were getting slightly defensive, weren't we? Lol, like like the Hangover. There are many. Yeah, I can't say that word, but he was my. Hey, dear. Worldwide's poured a Guinness. Good for you. I'm going to have a whiskey in a bit, actually. I'm going to have a whiskey in a bit. We'll probably go about 2 hours. Look, we had, I think Monday, was it when? No, Wednesday. We had 35 hours worth of viewing on Wednesday. Three and a half hours of with 10 people. 3.5 hours with 10 people. And I nearly unalived myself when I saw it. I thought, how on earth did we have 10 people on all the way through most of that stream on Wednesday? I'm like, absolutely manic. And we had a good time, even if the people who subscribed, all 6 of them, disappeared and straight after they unsubscribed. But you know, hopefully they had a nice time. And if they did, and if they come back again next time, you know, we'll just tell them, you know, next time please don't unsubscribe, and we'll get them to stay. Heart Radio is jamming. We done went from Limp Bizkit to Cypress Hill. Hey, I guess I'm insane to in the membrane, or I ain't going out like that back to Cypress Hill. You know, I don't play radio. For me, is they don't mix the tunes enough, and they'll always play the 60s, or they'll have an hour where it's always 80s or it's always noughties, and sometimes I like to have a mix and like go from one to the other. You know, play a bit of rock and roll, and then go and play a bit of jazz, and then go. I love things like that, but you don't get them anymore. It's like you have to go to a rock and roll radio, then you have to go to a jazz radio, then you have to go to classic FM for the classics, and you're like, why is there nobody who does a nice mix of like gently going to classical and nice and calming, and then going back to the jazz and the rock and roll, and it just doesn't seem to me. Guinness does go down easy worldwide, absolutely. This scavenger hunt is just a hunt, though. Your tarot and oracle deck collection. I like the physical tarot, the physical hunt. I think the physical hunt for me is absolutely essential. I love it. Don't you like it when you get the kids' faces here, like, right, we've got a scavenger hunt, everybody. We're going to start over there, and then we're going to follow the clues and you know, just try and get what you're supposed to get, or collect what you're supposed to be collecting along the way. Hershio, my next, I got my Google Nest planned. Oh wow, it's definitely listening to everything, and I don't give a damn. I think that yeah, they can be a bit intrusive when they're in the background, just constantly turned on. They'll be interested. One of the things is, on lives, a lot of people put things in the description on Beardos, and he'll say the what's said in there. And he's got a I forgot which one it is he's got, and he'll read it out and he say, oh damn, and the box will actually start replying and answering. So all of a sudden it starts playing something because he's asked the box to play something, and without realising it. A Tribe Called Duff, Radio 4. Does Radio 4 do that then? Go completely haywire? Because if it does, then absolutely Duff, I would certainly be thinking about it. Like I can't stand it. They're like, oh, there's one local radio station, and all it seemed was it would have an hour on 80s, another hour on 90s, another hour on pop, and then it would play. There was one when I was working in a supermarket in Yorkshire when I was younger, and all it did was play the same flaming 15 songs, whatever was top 15 at the time on the in the charts. It would go round each single one. I know what's coming next. I know what's coming next. And by the end of the shift, 8 hours listening to the same 12 songs going round and round. And this was from 10 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning. So there's nothing else to listen to. It's silent. There's no customers walking around. You're filling shelves to the same blasted 12 songs. And I tell you what, it's one of those where you think, I haven't got have I got the will to live? I don't think I have. I don't know if I have got the will to live here. You're like thinking, oh dear. Well, so yeah, Duff, if that's true, then absolutely. I mean, Hershey's just done a smiley face. He's laughing. It's probably, it's, yeah, absolutely. It's not fun. So Sierra's here, Barry. So, wave to Sierra. And she's giving you a little wave. Sierra, why have you given you... Look, I said to Barry... you've given him a little wave. And he says, I'm going to give her a big tidal wave back. Just be careful. Little ripples can make big waves. So be careful what you're doing. Just make sure that what you're doing or saying isn't going to roll out into something that you can't quite stop. Yeah, Barry's just giving me a big tidal wave. Well, it's not a big tidal wave. It's sort of like... It's about 8 foot tall, so it's not too big. But it's certainly big enough to cause a bit of trouble. So everybody have a nice... be nice. Be nice to each other. We've already timed out Pomp for 30 minutes. Yeah, we won't see him for at least 30 minutes. I love having the radio on, but yeah, they do repeat songs. Yeah, I know. That I tell you what, worldwide, that was absolute pain in the arse. 12 songs while working in Morrison's, loading the food on the shelves, and because it was 10 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning. No customers around. You're like, oh God, can't we put some other? No, we've got that radio station. That's all we're allowed to. That's all we're allowed to put on. So tribe called Duff. Yes, Scottish. Yes. He showed me a kilt. So he showed me a kilt, Duff. I think he was just saying, Scottish, yeah, absolutely Scottish. So that even Barry knows where you are. He says, I know where to find her. Don't worry about that. So why do you know where Duff is? Come on. Why do you know where Duff is? I'm asking my guide Barry, why does he know where Duff is? Because he's obviously been wandering up to Scotland. Yeah, you see, I know where you've been now, Barry. That's it. That's where you've been wandering off to. You've been off to see Duff. Duff. Somebody's got a health problem. Somebody's not feeling quite right. Somebody's not feeling quite themselves. Something wrong. I'm not quite sure where. I got the part of the body right. Was it Wednesday or Monday? I'm not getting a part of the body, but I'm getting a really hot flush. and I think that you really something's coming. Barry's been going up for a reason, and it's not. He didn't mention that by accident, Duff. He's actually been going up there and giving you a little bit of healing energy. So hopefully, he said, hey, look, we're okay. She don't really need to know about it, but we can tell her. So it can't be anything really bad. So that's good. Again, Worldwide's feeling okay, so that's good. Barry just laughs at Barry's laughed at Worldwide. Says, look, typical male. He's not really feeling it as bad as some of the people feel it. So he can get away with that with a little bit of he says with a little bit of a love and a little bit of a hug. He says so. Yeah, absolutely. Oh God, where do we go? It suddenly jumped again. Hershey, I think. Oh, crikey! I heard every. Let's go on here instead. No, good. Yeah, we can. I think I love every genre of music. Yeah, and that's why I say, Hershey. I love lots of different types of thing, and it's like I'm going to have a look at Radio 4, see if it really can play every single thing like she says. I mean, maybe it does. It'd be nice to know, because I'm like you, Hershey. I like different music. It's a bit like on here, we start talking about paranormal, we start talking about tarot cards. There are so many different areas of it, like Truthwave. If anybody wants to know about Truthwave, then go and have a look at Truthwave, and you'll find his lives are completely different from mine, and it's everybody has different tastes, don't they? And everybody seems to have different ideas. My Radio Worldwide is on my phone, so I can sort of do that. I don't mind. I've got enough data on it. I have to hop off to Oh, Hershey's going. Bye, Hershey. I'm probably miles away. She's probably gone already. Please show John some. Yeah, absolutely. Click the love. Click the heart. Like, subscribe, share it if you can. Do be safe, Hershey. Jay is in the house. Hello there, Jay. I like the shipping forecast. Oh, that's boring. I really like the shipping forecast. Me too. Oh no, we've got shipping forecast enthusiasts. Duff likes it. Oh dear Lord. Jay and Duff. Oh dear. Nice to see you, Jay. Absolutely. Please tap the emojis on the side. Absolutely. Duff's in Edinburgh. So, yep, she's... yeah, definitely. I think she was from America. I do believe she was from America. And then decided to come to the lovely Scottish Isles. Scottish Highlands. I can't do a Scottish accent. It's been a day. Whew. Well, I don't know what that day is, Sierra, but apparently Barry was saying, yeah, certainly there's a lot of big tidal wave there. Just make sure it's not coming your way. Barry's fine. He's sort of he's just giving one or two bits of advice to people at the minute. So that's he's sort of quite happy at the minute. The grass is always greener, I suppose. I'm looking forward to the visit to friends down south soon. Well, you're always welcome in Portsmouth. If you're ever in Portsmouth, then try not to meet Pomp. You can come and see me. And we can go having a look around some of the nicer ruins of the south coast. Michael. What's it called? It's called oh, what they? Oh, I don't even know what it's called. Squeeze box, isn't it? Well, it's squeeze boxes. You know where you play. You've got the buttons on the side, and you're sort of squeezing the accordion, isn't it? It's an accordion. So, Michael, Barry gave you an accordion. I don't know you're thinking about your odd. Do you have an odd music side, Barry? Barry's sort of like giving an odd music, like eclectic mix. He said. So I don't know what Michael's thoughts on music are, but Barry seems to be giving him a rather odd accordion. There we are. There it goes live there. So he now gets told. Sending hugs to Sierra. Yes, Sarah I think needs a little bit of love. Click the icon down the side. Give her some icons. Give her some hearts there up the side. That's it. Give her some love and light. And absolutely. Michael's our number 2. Who's number 1 then? We've got Worldwide Ghosts is number 3. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Hershey. Hershey's number 1. 150 XP points. Wow. I didn't realise she'd quite put so much. There's the love for Sierra flowing through. So yeah, we got the accordion for Michael. I'm not quite sure why Barry gave the oh, here we go. Pipe organ led to a few accordion sounds. Some music without lyrics. Yeah, certainly. I don't know why. I hope you can take that because it gives. Yeah, I mean, he gave me the word eclectic mix. Something like almost like, but I didn't get it was an eclectic mix in a standard sense. It was almost like an eclectic mix in a general sense. We seem to like be. Oh yeah, we're talking a lot of different things here. Worldwide Ghost with a lovely red heart for Sierra, I think. Oh, he's given her another lovely red heart as well. There we are. So lots of love going to Sierra. Michael takes everything out on me. Constantly. I'm going to write a book about my life. Oh, I tell you what, you do it and we'll all read it. How about that? You can come on here and sell it on the online. Look, we've got all these people in here. Let's just give people a few ideas of where else we can go. If this hay fever doesn't bloody do me in first, we're going to go with Worldwide Ghosts first. So Worldwide Ghosts. Now, Worldwide Ghosts, how would you say Worldwide, what would you say Worldwide Ghosts was good at? Nothing? Oh, fair. No, Worldwide Ghosts is very good at... I can't actually put anything in it. Oh, darn it. Why do I... I can't put it on there. I'll have to read it out. Because I don't... The only thing is with Streamlabs is I can pull that up, but I can't actually... I wonder if I can get it in there. Oh, I can put it in there. So that is Worldwide Ghosts link. Anybody wants a nice documentary on lots of different things, then I totally recommend Worldwide Ghosts. So Worldwide Ghosts, brilliant place to go to. Who do we have? Oh, we've got to give Victor a shout, haven't we? Victor is, I mean, even if you go to Victor and have a look at his live streams, just for the voice. I mean, the voice alone is enough for anybody. It melts anybody's heart, doesn't it? Like, guys, girls, Victor, yeah, absolutely, Truthwave. You've really got to be, you've got to be mad if you don't sort of listen to that voice of his as he gives out all those energy waves and tells you how to sort of do a little bit of meditation and self-help and grow your energy, find your energy. Yeah, gives you that confidence to be able to go out into the day with a full battery. And no panel, no. We're on Streamlabs. Unfortunately, I've used the other one too much, and I can't get any more time on StreamYard for another 10 days. So I'm shut out from that until I can get another batch. I have got another email address. I might try the other email address and see if I can get on. Not my cup of tea, John. No, I prefer StreamYard. Streamlabs is a bit difficult for me. It's not the easiest of things to use. And it doesn't have all... Look, there are a lot of things it does have, like the purple background here. And I can get certain moving emojis on it as well for free, which StreamYard doesn't let me do. But Streamlabs has its benefits, but there are things I can't do here. Oh, I think she's just found it a little tough, tough. Oh, Barry, was that you pushing that one in? Yes, it was sneaky. I think he thought he was being funny there. Michael, my daughter, Sierra. Michael, my daughter's 19. 14 pieces of cake. 14 pieces of cake. No, you've got to have 19 pieces of cake with 19 candles. The trouble is, when you get to 90, I mean, can you imagine a cake for me? My next birthday is 61 next year. Imagine a cake with 61 candles. I'd burn the fucking house down. It really would burn the house down, I tell you. Dear. Michael, my daughter's 14. Oh, right, okay, that's where the 14 comes from. Michael, my daughter's 14. Mine are, I think, God, I don't even know how old they are. 31 and 32, something like that. My son is 18. Oh, Duff, my son is 18, a little easier. Yeah, you can sort of kick him out the door and tell him to sort of go to the pub or something, can't you? Go and chase some females out. No, you don't want to be. You don't really want to be a grandparent too soon, do you? Yeah, tribes are a lovely Scottish candidate there. Boys tend to be easier. They can be really, really tough about the terrible 2-stage. Boys are worse. My girls were great, and most of the female, they used to the kids at the girl kids. Most of the young girls at 2 were fine, but the boys were absolute pains in the posterior. And then 7 or 8, the boys tended to get worse. And then after that, it seemed to, after that, it was more of a, the girls became catty and sort of like, they can fight more than boys. They really can. The wife always said, the wife worked in a male environment for ages in a warehouse. And she says, like, it's not, like, she enjoyed working with the men. The men were fine. She says, when you get into the office and work with the women, it's like, oh, yeah, it's Jesus. The catty atmosphere is like, just, she says, believe me, John, she says, women, no. They can be, I think where the girls tend to be worse after about 8-9 year old. I think the girls suddenly take over as being the worst bit. I think, and also like with a boy, you can sort of like just shove them out the door. They're not going to come back pregnant. They might come back with someone who is pregnant, but they're not getting pregnant. It's the girls that you have to worry about, isn't it? So there's twofold to worry about with young girls. Like, you've got to worry they'll come back pregnant. B, you've got to worry that they're being as catty as hell to you and to other people. And I think Sierra might get hit by that one. I meant 14-year-old is a piece of cake compared to a 90. Oh, I see. 14 pieces of cake. All right, okay, I get that. The rebellious, yes, absolutely. Idolizing someone. Oh no! You're gonna get people into trouble here. I don't want to have to put you in timeout, Sierra. My daughter's nickname is Charmander, the evil commander. Oh no! Oh dear. Yeah, right, okay. I'm ahead of the screen at the minute. Without sounding like Hyacinth Bouquet, my boy was never terrible until he turned 14. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, usually there's that 7, 8 year old. I think our friends had two boys, and at 7 or 8 year old they were sort of they'd tear each other to shreds, and they really would. It's almost like trying to be the alpha male, boom, and then it's like mildened down as parents sort of got them under control. 14. At 18, you can just kick them out of the house. That's fine. Less of a worry, I would say. It's amazing when you get older and your hearing goes, and your reading. I mean, like my sight. I mean, I'm trying to read this worldwide, and it's like, it's good job I got glasses on. Put it that way. A young boy asked his grandma. Go on. Here's a joke. A young boy asked his grandma for a Minecraft game. And on his birthday, he opened the gift, and it was Hitler's Mein Kampf. Oh dear. Oh, worldwide, where'd you get them from? He says, Duff, it's just me. Sarah, Duff, it's just time for tough love. It is teenager. Those teenage years, isn't it? Worldwide goes, holy, yeah. But like, I tell you what, it's right though. Like the number of times that I've had, I've got to see something. Hang on, where's my glasses? Oh shit, I've left them behind. I don't know where they are. I'm done. And then, please, you like that one? Yeah, we did worldwide, absolutely. If you wanted to tell some more jokes, I mean, if anybody's got any really good jokes, then yeah, please do come and tell them. We've got about 15 minutes to go. At the minute, we're sort of trundling along quite nicely. Okay, Sierra, the hard work will come back to you, darling, but that's rough. Sierra's having it rough already. I don't think she needs it anymore. She really is. I would never treat my mother. I would never. Oh God, crikey! I would never treat my mother that way, or be disrespectful towards her. No. It's. I'm afraid Sierra's got that point of people thinking that. Yeah, I'm old enough now to do as I want and do as I please and do things just to piss her off, just because she knows she can, and they'll learn the hard way. And I must admit I'm in the same position with one of my two. So I totally know where she's coming from on that one. My daughter went up to 350 mile away and lived there, got married and had 2 kids, and we very rarely speak to each other or see her, including the grandkids. So, where Sierra's coming from. I was awful to my mother. Oh, this is Duff. Duff! I can't believe that of you. I was awful to my mother. It is my biggest regret. I'm ashamed of how I spoke to her when I was young. And the problem is, Duff, when the people who do that, they disappear and they never speak to them, and they sort of they refuse to say sorry, and then they pass away, and then what do? You think, oh shit, I wish I'd have been nicer to her, and because they can't just come across. This is what I was saying earlier. You know, they with the range came across for a couple of months, and then she for about 12 months she never showed her face because they've got other things to do, and yeah, you know, you're there thinking, I wish I'd have said that, but they're not always going to be around you, especially at the beginning, and quite often after, you know, they've got things to do, they're not going to be around you. And it's sad because you can't then go back and take it back. You can't say sorry until they're around and you know they're around. And you know, you've got to be able to choose your moment then, because you know, you've got to know that person's around who you're wanting to say sorry to, and you can say sorry to them when they're around. But they're not always around, so it's really really difficult. Yeah, I think she's just having it tough, Michael. She really has had a tough 12 months, I think. I think she's at the point where she's like, right, okay, go and make your own mistakes, and that's what I've done with my eldest. You know, I've told her, you make your own mistakes. I'll be there when things need cleaning up, but it's tough. Meditation, that's the key. Was Barry's just sang a song for? I said meditation, and Barry reminded me of the song on the television. Dedication's what you need, and he changed for Sierra. He changed it. He said meditation's what you need, which is very, very interesting. I changed the dedication song for Sierra to meditation. I also said meditation and not medication. I'm probably I'll get. She'll come after me if I said medication. Oh dear. Chat was were. You're right, Sierra. She can't walk over you like that without finding out some lessons, and that's the thing. You know, you will people. You know, they think they know everything when they leave home, doesn't it? And then somebody comes crashing around and they say, hang on a minute. Worldwide. Okay, this is okay. I've just seen the fact that it's a joke. So yeah, let's have a look. Another joke. A chap was walking his dog on a German campsite, and the dog jumped in the river. A jogger was passing and jumped straight in and pulled the dog out. The chap asked, "Are you a vet?" Oh dear. Oh, that's dreadful. Oh, that's not well, I suppose it is a joke. It's a bit like the one where a German boat was going towards the English shoreline. Right, they're about to take over England. They're about to fight on the beaches of England, and all of a sudden the captain saw a hole in the boat, and he gets his telescope out and he sees his friend in the German schooner at the side, and he shouts to him, "I am sinking! I am sinking!" And the other German officer shouts, "What are you sinking about?" No. Yeah. I'll wait till that joke finishes on the screen. You'll love that one. Not. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I can just see it now going out. No, there we are. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. That's the only. Barry says that's got nothing to do with me. That's totally him. It is totally me. But Worldwide likes that one. And I tell you what, I told that in Germany. I actually told it to a German. Fortunately, he's a friend of mine. And he actually liked it. He actually understood it. And he was laughing. He says, yes, that would be a German's way of saying it. And he liked it. I like that. I'm either going to get killed or I'm unalived, sorry. And I'm either going to get unalived or he's going to like it or not know what on earth I've said. But he liked it. He actually said, well, that's actually a good joke and I understand it. So yeah, it was good fun. I don't know many jokes, that's the thing. But this is what I tell you all. Like now, I came in here not feeling very happy, not feeling very good at all. Yeah, as we've gone on, Barry's energy just seems to it's a little bit infectious. Not in that way, no. A little bit, in fact, he's being rude. A little bit infectious, and it seems to just like having him anywhere near. And I hope that you all find the same from your spirit guides. And if you don't know whether they're there or you don't seem to be able to get hold of them, I think that you can soon you can try some of the meditative skills that we all seem to eventually get back onto in our chat boxes. And please do, try some out. Try some of the different channels that people who come on here, like Truthwave. And yeah, you'll find some really good meditative lessons out there, and then you can perhaps open that door to the spirit world, and it's great when it's great when you can actually pull that energy from them and get things done. I have to do some tidying up. Duff is going before dinner. Yeah, I mean dinner. What time is it? 8 o'clock. Crikey, late dinner, late. So Duff's going off for a late dinner. I'll be lurking in the background. Oh, very nice, very nice. Thank you very much, Duff, for keeping us on. We won't be on for very long. We're going to be on for about 8 minutes. So if anybody's interested in discussing anything in particular, then please do tell us, and we'll be putting it on. I'm going to try and get a few different things, a few different ideas we can talk about. And something Sierra said there, quite important. Oh God, here we go. We've got another joke here from Worldwide. A chap went to the doctor. Was a horrendous. The chap went to the doctor. Was an horrendous smell coming from his rear. He was asking to remove his trousers. He was asked to remove his trousers and bend over the bench. The doctor picked up a long pole whilst covering his nose. No, I didn't get that one. Duff, I'm glad I didn't. The Duff was part of America. Do you live in? Duff lives in Scotland, but she came from America. I don't know which part of America she came from, but she originated in America. She did say where, but I can't remember where it was. I've got a feeling it was somewhere like California or somewhere like that, but I can't remember. That channel's not for me, John. Yeah, and that's important. Yeah, look, we all have different types of methods of doing things, and although I love his voice. Some of the webcasts that he does can be a little bit odd. But you know, different people work with different styles, and I think you have to find a site that actually caters for how you can work. And quite rightly, if Sierra can't work with it, then you know, absolutely, you know, like if you can't get along with his, it's a very unique talent, isn't it? It's a very unique method of putting it forward, and I think that Victor's way of putting it forward you either love it or you hate it. It's one of those. I don't think there's a middle ground with Victor. I do think it just needs a little bit of going out there and finding different ones. I think Sierra, you're right. You'll go out there and you'll find some that are really awful, some that are really good, and some that you think, I don't know. Perhaps if I stood around a little bit in the background, I'd be able to know what they're talking about. So it's one of those things that we all look at and think, I've had a listen. I'm not keen on this one, and then you move on. I think smaller channels like ours, technically, I'd probably say, look, keep them on subscribe until they and just take the bell off, because we deserve a little bit of a push up that ladder to try and catch some of those bigger boys up that are getting more people in the streams and enjoying it more and helping more people and having a bit of fun. The chat box is going that quickly you can't read it. I loved it when it went that fast. One question every 2 seconds, although I couldn't keep up with it, but it was great fun to watch. There so many people in. I'd probably say we all need to help each other as small channels, but of course it's up to you. It's up to you at the end of the day. Lived in Boston, Oklahoma, and San Diego. That's where I was thinking, because I remember talking about San Diego, and you were saying that you'd been in San Diego, near San Diego. Worldwide Ghost, you only ready the first half of the. I only read the first. That's all that I got. That's all that was on here. Oh, hang on, no, that's all that's on the screen. It won't give me any more. Will it give me any more on here? No, it doesn't give you any more. It's only giving you up to there on the block. Yeah, I'm from Scotland. Lived in the US during my late teens and 20s and moved back to Scotland. Oh, right, so you were in Scotland to start. I thought you were American and came over to Scotland. Currently stuck here. And it's bloody boiling, like Worldwide keeps saying. It's frigging hot over here. I'm not used to all of this heat. It's really not... not what we're used to. Not at all. So we only read can't type super long paragraphs on chat. No, you can't. Why was there a second bit to it? Look whether there's a second bit to it. There's the chat with the locked date. So that's Worldwide, and then you started talking to Sierra. No, I've lost the will to live with that joke. Chat went on The doctor picked up a pole whilst covering his nose. Yeah, that's all we get. Where's the next bit? See, that's all we've got. It goes nose ... Hang on, everybody's saying ha ha, and I can't even see the damn thing. What is this? I can't see any of it. I can just see nose and that's it. I typed it in again. Yeah, but I still only go up to nose. The doctor picked up a pole, a long pole, whilst covering his nose. I'm glad everybody else likes it. I haven't got a clue. Michael's like, hang on, how has everybody else bloody seen it? What? I don't get it. Chap went to the doctor with an horrendous smell coming from his rear. He was asked to remove his trousers and bend over the bench. The doctor picked up a pole, a long pole, whilst covering his nose. Forget it. No chance. Laughter, great medicine. It is when you can understand the bloody joke. If you want to explain it to me, Michael, then please explain it to me. Sierra, I had a ball. I'd live in Boston again. San Diego was okay. Oklahoma was too landlocked for me. Yeah, I enjoy being by the sea, Duff. I really do. 5 miles down the road, have a quick jog down to the shore, and lay on the beach. A bit of a pebbly beach, but yeah, it's nice. Duff, we're in Boston. It is Michael. Can't beat a few jokes. Yeah, okay, yeah. Second part came up on the screen. Ah, you're not going to shove that up my bottom, are you? No, said the doctor. I'm going to open the window. Oh no, that's an even worse one. Oh God. That's almost as bad as my I'm sinking joke. Not quite, but almost as bad. Don't you pick on me for my jokes, just because your jokes are better than mine. You're no yourself in a minute. He's actually Barry seems to be in quite a good mood today. I tell you what. Sierra mentioned the other day about the don't bloody they're laughing along with you. No, they don't love you more than me. He says you all love him more than me. That's it. No, you do it. Go on. You take the live stream. Come on. Move that, and you take the live stream. Make it ring. Go on. Oh, right. Okay. See, I'm going back now. You think I lived in Cambridge Avenue. Ooh, crikey! She knows exactly where she lived. Originally Dorchester, all over those places. Wow. I fancy remembering exactly where you lived. That's weird, isn't it? I mean, I know few of mine, but I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly where I lived. I lived probably area, yeah. That was the punchline. Yeah, that was a bit, yeah. What beach, John? Oh, we go to. It's Leon Solent. A very nice little pebbly beach. It's got a little bit of sand on it, but not an awful lot. It depends on how much wind we've had. The wind takes the wind and the waves take the pebbles out, and then you're left with the sand. Boston is my dearest place. There we are. Boston. She likes Boston. Went to school. Blimey. I'm not very good at that. WNKOTB. And know the Wahlbergs. Barry is trolling. He is. Yeah, I agree. Thank you very much, Michael. There we are. You're a troll. You're banned. You're banned for 30 minutes. There we are. I know I'm 4 minutes over, but now you're getting clever. You live in... Oh dear God, he can be funny. Sometimes. You lived in Southey Duff. Used to live on Swallow Street between O and P. Oh blimey! Hang on, you can't help it. Yeah, you know it's really odd, isn't it? How people seem to like all of a sudden like people come. Oh, I'm just down the road from you. Like, it's like when I was going to San Diego and everything. Oh yeah, I'm from there. Oh, I'm from there. And all of a sudden about 4 people, wasn't it? Okay. Oh yeah, we're either from there or there's 5 people in total, either from there or still live there. And it's like, oh yeah, I know where you are. Dear. Duff, they're from Dorchester. Only one that's not from Dot is Joey. He's from Jamaica. Oh, okay. So they're all from Dorchester except for one. Danny went to school with me. Oh God, this is really daft, isn't it? I mean, how close can you get? Everything. It's the way everything ties together, isn't it? And you think, and that's what spirits do. They seem to just like tag on to something that. And they, it's like, when I say about coincidence isn't a thing, never think it's coincidence. Spirits will always pick on something, and it'll be like, oh, that was coincidence. How coincidental that you come from the same, or you've been, you went to the same college, or we grew up in the same area, and it isn't. The spirits have actually shoved you together. And it's even down to you remembering, Sierra. You've remembered that. Your guides probably shoved it into your head that, well, how about this? Like, do you remember that? And they do a lot of work on the other side without us really realising they're doing it. Please do like and subscribe, everybody, because we're just coming to the end. Because it's getting way too hot over. It's really sticky and horrible. It's about 27. I think it said 24. 24. Yeah, it says 24. So 24, 48, 58, 68, 78. So it's about 78 at the minute in the UK. It's 8:30 at night, and it's really 78. It's absolutely boiling down here. The Pope said to the bishop, "I woke up with ectoplasm on the sheet this morning. I think the Holy Ghost paid a visit." It wasn't the Holy Ghost, dear boy. Oh. Oh dear. Oh no. No. Now you're cussing it to the bone. Oh God, what would I say that for? That's even worse. I worked in Jamaica Plain. My new son-in-law's from Jamaica, so yeah. Yeah, my new son-in-law's from Jamaica. Complete arse, but never mind. No Duff Dunny bought his mum a house in Braintree. Oh, Donny bought his mum a house in Braintree. We got a place called Braintree in England. Yeah, we've got a place called Braintree. It's amazing how the place names are all bloody same. I went to Sylvester Stallone's high school. Wow. That's a great thing. That's amazing, isn't it? I mean, to know that you're like... Yeah, I mean, there's nobody of any note in my high school, absolutely not. But it's always nice to know, like, certain people came from our school, sports stars or whatever. It's always nice to have one that you can say, look, it must have been a good school because XYZ came from it. Anyway, I can't speak enough, highly enough of Boston. So Duff loves Boston, loves the people. Great fun. Sounds like we might have to go to like that end, that side of the coast next time, I think. Mark hung around with my brothers. Everybody's still in. Michael J. Yes, exactly. I'm glad we've got to that point. So yeah, we're all saying goodbye. I think we're gonna have to give it a roll. Let's just play a couple more. Tribe Called Marky Mark is here. Yep. Everybody's here at the minute. So we've got Duff, Worldwide Ghost, Sierra, loads of people. Thank you all for joining. Look, it's been a good. Yeah, and Sierra, I'm always looking for somewhere else to go in. You know, we did those two, and it was really because of where people were, where my subscribers are, and but I let a holiday firm book it. So next time I'm going to do it myself. It cost an awful lot less for one start. So we'll probably be doing it down that side. That 12-hour flight was absolutely mind-numbing. I don't think I want to do that again. But you know, when the dear old president isn't there, yeah, we'll probably come across. So yeah, we'll wait for Trump not to be in power. And we'll come across because I don't think I really fancy coming across to it with some of Trump's manic ideas on certainly on climate. I'm sort of really annoyed at his climate his insistence that climate change isn't a point. So yeah, we're gonna. If we start on this, I'm going to start on you know, the main thing I say. We don't talk about in religion in depth, and we don't talk about politics, and we try and stay clear of sort of sexuality if we can, because it always causes divide, doesn't it? So we're gonna call it there. I'll find more jokes for next time. Thank you. I hated I had to leave the chat earlier. Oh, you're okay, Joy. Absolutely. They have a train. They have train, trolley, and buses. Train and trolley buses. Yeah, John. Boston is a gem place. I take it. Harvard is Harvard University. I know I've heard of Harvard, but because obviously Donald Trump's been insisting who goes there, hasn't he? And kicking people, English people out for applying. Yeah, that's in Boston. I didn't realise that. So, a question from Duff there. From Duff. Yeah, so we're gonna. Worldwide, nothing lined up, but might have something. Yeah, if you've got, so Worldwide might be on later, so do watch out for Worldwide. And yeah, we did put his link on earlier, so I'm sure you're all linked in with Duff with Worldwide. Sierra is going to create a channel of her own. So. I'm going another West Country. Oh, that was what an accent that was. Worldwide. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself in trouble because I'm gonna go for a cooling drink. I need one because it's bloody hot. So we're gonna end it just like we usually do. Let me go back into the Streamlabs, and I'm gonna try and find somewhere where we can do a panel, and then hopefully. Cross fingers, on Monday we'll have a panel. I need to find another way into StreamYard and grab some time without spending cash on it. So, and that's the issue at the minute. So here we go. As we all know, because it's getting dark now, as you can see, I haven't got the light on, so we've got to go anyway, because I need to get up and put the light on. So, Barry, do you want to come across? Not too close, come on. It's goodbye from him as he walks closer to me. It's goodbye from me. Remember, guys and girls, ghosts don't bite. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Take care, everybody. Take care, Barry. Take care, worldwide. Take care, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining. Love and light to everybody as we say goodbye for now. And